You see, people take life to a different dimension. You understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because Him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So what more they want to know? You understand me? Praise Yahweh, and everything in your life are going to be all right. You understand me, my brother? Trust me, man. Listen, Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. You got to be strong, no matter what goes on. Hold up your heads and time to move on. It's not easy. Life is not easy. No matter what they do, they will laugh and talk with you, then turn around and try to hurt you. It's not easy. Life is not easy. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray, as I kneel and pray.
The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's show is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Life Center, Neo Jazz School of Music, Yahweh Education Centers, and the Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Tov and Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. I am your host, Dr. Lud, along with my co-host, Sister Tamar Boker Tov, sister.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom, family.
Well, praise Yahweh. It is a great day because Yahweh made it. Be glad and rejoice in it. But also, Yahweh is destroying the wicked, and soon our planet will be wicked free. Praise Yahweh. Today on Unfolding Light, we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Directly after that, we'll have a keynote message from the Master Teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh. And directly after that, we have the section where we all take part in Unfolding the Light, and we call it Power Talk.
And now for our prayer. If we will all stand and face the east with outstretched hands, O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame upon thy great name, nor reproach against thy works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Makuteraka, Yad Zerizonka, Kim Vashemayim Kain Ba'aretz, Et Lekum Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimosa Sol King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayom, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last, I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
Praise Yahweh. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name, other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches, and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folks' prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered. Well, why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia. They come from Europe. They come from England. They come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pocket. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den and starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else they are. It makes me no different. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name, Yuhei-Wafe. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the son has to come in his father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for coming to us and teaching us who is Yahweh as no one else ever could do. Praise Yahweh. Also, I want to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for teaching us our true history, which used to be the world's best kept secret. Praise Yahweh. And now, a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Yahweh Ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who followed his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the greater Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, believers, and supporters in thousands of cities across the United States of America and indeed throughout the four corners of the earth. The University of Yahweh, for which he has established the curriculum and for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence, currently has locations across the United States. The moral teachings of Yahweh Ben Yahweh is bringing about a change in the lives of individuals and causing them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based on the scripture which reads, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Yahweh Ben Yahweh continues to give. That which he is given cannot be measured in monetary wealth. Yahweh Ben Yahweh is giving the world the keys to success in life politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the nation of Yahweh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me. Behold, I stand at your door and I knock. Some of you are sitting back in there, got your door all locked up, hollering out, who is it? I don't mind telling you, Yahweh been Yahweh. And I'm calling out and saying, there's a terrible storm, it's a severe storm headed your way. And it's called the fall of Satan. And this is the time of Jacob's trouble.
Yahweh is the beginning of it all. His enemies have hid his name from us for over 400 years. But he's going to end it all, too. The name carries power. Just his name caused his enemies to tremble. If there's nothing to his name, why did they hide it from us? We know all the other names of all the other gods, all the other religions. Why did they hide the name Yahweh from us? Why, when we search among the nations of the earth, we find they know his name? How is it that the earth knows his name and we have not known? Something is strange about that. I think there's something strange about it. Especially when we look in the Catholic Digest. 800 million people read this book. Published in 1985, and they say God's secret name. What does Yahweh mean? 800 million Catholics. God's secret name. Why would they keep his name secret? Yet 800 million Catholics know about it. Why a secret? Then here's a 1987 calendar published by Catholics. 800 million Catholics have this in their home. That's interesting reading at the top. What does that say? This means that the Catholics know his name is Yahweh. Since they know his name is Yahweh, they also know he's black. Then why would they allow pictures like this to be out that misrepresent the truth? That makes the world that know his name and put something else out, they're deceivers. My job is to bring the truth regardless of who likes it. Those who love the truth will love what I teach. Those who are searching for the truth will be glad they found me. Those who hate the truth, what I teach makes no difference. But to those that are searching for the truth, what I teach makes all the difference. As you look at the United Nations, you see nations from all over the world sitting down, seeking peace. They can't find it. They have armed themselves to the point of annihilation. No solution. The nations of the earth sit down together in New York, but they are unable to find the answer. Something is missing.
Yes, Yahweh.
Someone is missing. And I am that someone. Men are flying all over the earth seeking peace, while the Prince of Peace is right here in your midst. I am the Prince of Peace. I am that missing ingredient. How can you know whether I be the one? The scriptures teach that a tree is known by the fruit it bears. In order to know me, you must taste of my fruit. You may be seated. My fruit is delicious, nutritious, good for the soul and the spirit and the mind, the heart. Growth. And if I'm not the one, nobody has a problem as far as I'm concerned. Nothing to worry about if I'm not the one. If I'm not the one, I'll just disappear, go away on my own. But since I am the one, it seems that my enemy is trying to make me go away. Only the enemy of truth is against me. And the people that discover I am the truth are standing with me. Without a doubt. If I'm not the one, the world has to look for one just like me. Not only must he look like me, but he must talk like me. And he must do what I'm doing. And since I'm doing all that one must do to be the one, there's no need to look for another. If I'm not the one, the world can sail on. Oh, but if I am the one, everybody has a problem that rejects me. Think about it. All who reject the Son of Yahweh has a serious problem. Being that Yahweh is the secret God who has all power. Yahweh is the God that flies among the stars in the galaxy. Who created birds to fly, insects to fly, mammals to fly, planets to fly around the sun without a motor. Surely he reserved flight for himself. It's ludicrous to think the God that created flight didn't reserve any for himself. In the meantime, I'm teaching morality. That's the missing ingredient among men on the earth today. I'm your teacher of morality. If you lie, you're not following what I teach. If you do wrong, you're not following what I teach. If you pick up a gun, you're not following what I teach. I don't allow weapons here, and I teach you not to carry a weapon. To make sure I don't let you bring any around me. If you're unjust, you're not of my teaching. For I teach us to be just. I teach us to be righteous. I teach you to be upright and honest and honorable. I teach you to be straightforward and open. I teach you to be good and excellent. I teach you to be perfect. For I teach you perfection. In Psalm 19:7, the laws of Yahweh are perfect, converting the soul and making wise the simple. Turn to Psalm 19:7. Read.
The law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple.
Now, that is what I teach, perfection. If someone breaks the law, that's their choice. And their freedom in America, but it's no reflection on my teaching. The only way that my teaching can be reflected is for one to obey what I teach. When one disobeys what I teach, that reflects the person. Hallelujah, Yahweh. In Psalms chapter 22, verse 22, I promise that I will declare the name Yahweh unto my brethren, and in your midst I would praise Yahweh. And that I'm doing, Am I? This makes me not only a moral teacher, but the moral teacher becomes a perfect teacher. What is the world missing? What's wrong in the countries of the entire world? Immoral teachers prevail. Man's law is tutored above the law of Yahweh. What are the results? Confusion, famine, war, pollution, death, destruction, misery, poverty, suffering, sickness, AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, cancer, tumor, blood clots of the brain, strokes, heart attacks, alcoholics, drug addicts, addicts of wickedness, pornography, brutality, abuse, misuse are the results of man's law, man's teaching, the ignoring of the laws of Yahweh. I have attracted a small group of followers out of the world who were of the world. And I attracted you out of the world, thereby establishing a microcosm, a microcosmic nation of Yahweh, wherein you have become the opposite of the wickedness of America, while yet in the midst of America. And there are those who want to try to pull us down because I'm changing you away from immorality. You would think every soul on earth would be proud of my work of pulling you out from immorality and making you moral, from pulling you from imperfection to perfection, from pulling you from being a lawbreaker to a lawkeeper, from pulling you from being a wicked example to a righteous example. It would appear that the people would appreciate me for doing this. Appreciate it or not, I continue doing the good work. I will not be discouraged, neither shall I fail. Regardless of the gates of hell coming against me, they shall not prevail. Our lawyer said, well, it's getting ready to get rough now. Child's coming up. They're going to get mean. So I went and I said, well, I want to show you something, Attorney Rubin. I reached up on my shelf, pulled down my Bible, opened up the book, showed him where it was prophesied that this time would occur like it is, where they would come against me like this. I said, but look, you see, they shall not prevail. If you think they can prevail, we'll go to Matthew 16:18. Just in case your heart gets weak, in case you get a little faint along the way, just in case it looked like the flood of the wicked devil's propaganda will sweep me away. I'm here to tell you, don't worry, little flock. I told you years ago this day would come. And I told you when it comes, I will prevail. Read.
And I say unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my nation of Yahweh, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Got it. I'm building my nation of Yahweh, and the gates of hell simply shall not prevail. That's the word. I stand on it. I told our attorney, I believe in this book with my all. See, I'm not concerned whether you believe or not, but see, I believe. I live on this. This is my life right here. Oh, glory. I'm teaching you to be good, godly. I'm teaching you to be excellent, to excel in all that you do. These are the definitions of moral. Then I teach you to study the definitions of the definition. At any moment, I may call one of you up here to discourse on good. And say, I know you're ready. Not just why you, any one of you. I know you're ready. Yes, I may call you. Or you. To come and speak on excellence. Come and speak on good. Come and speak on just. Come and speak on upright. Yes. I may call on you and you and you and you and you. If I call you, I know you're ready, yeah? I know your heart is in your mouth because you know I will call you, yes? Yes, I can tell by the look on your face your heart is in your throat. Will I shine or be embarrassed? When you study and learn of me, you will always be approved. I teach you to be well behaved. I teach you to be one who practices right conduct, whether you're dressed in white or not. I teach you when you go to work in the secular world, give the man 9 hours for every 8 that he pays you. And a strange thing happens when you follow my teachings. You may be the last hired, but you'll also be the last fired. And then they'll begin to ask you, do you know anybody else that works like you? It's to be an honor to have been taught moral behavior under Yahweh ben Yahweh. Pays big dividends. I teach you principles to follow and to be principled. I teach you to be ethical. Praise Yahweh. To be ethical. To be ethical is to be moral. I'll teach you to be truthful and right. Follow what is right. Follow the rules of Yahweh. Follow the teachings of Yahweh. Obey the judgments of Yahweh. I teach you to conform to the will of Yahweh. Be virtuous and chaste. I teach you to let all of your actions be as Yahweh wills us to act. I teach you to seek my divine mind, and that your mind will be the mind of Yahweh, and that the mind of Yahweh will be in your mind. I teach you to have the feelings that Yahweh wants us to have for him and for each other. I teach you to have a righteous character and to demonstrate your righteous nature. These are my teachings. What is our belief? Nation of Yahweh belief is there is one God.
There is one God, Yahweh, the Father of all men. The Holy Bible and Yahweh ben Yahweh is the great light, and the rule and guide for faith and practice of the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh and those who believe in him and his name are immortal. Character, integrity, and morality determine destiny. Love of moral men is next to love of Yahweh and his Son, Yahweh ben Yahweh, man's first duty. Prayer, communion of man with Yahweh, is helpful. The Nation of Yahweh teachings. Yahweh ben Yahweh teaches his disciples and followers to practice charity and benevolence, to protect chastity, to respect the ties of blood and friendship, to adopt the principles and revere the laws of Yahweh, to assist the feeble, guide and open the eyes of the blind, heal the ears of the deaf, raise up the oppressed and downtrodden, shelter the widow and the orphan, guard the altar of Yahweh, support the government of Yahweh, inculcate morality, promote learning, love moral men, fear Yahweh, implore His mercy, work for happiness, and be industrious.
Praise Yahweh. Praise God. Let's turn to Matthew 11:29. I implore you to take my yoke upon you. Enter my school. Enter under my discipline. Enter under my teaching. Subject yourself, your will and mind, to what I am teaching. And learn of me. Why should you learn of me? Because I am the genius. I am the teaching deity. I am meek and lowly in mind. What does that mean? It means that although I carry infinite wisdom, I yet project myself as one of you. I do not project myself in a high stately fashion above you. I project myself as one of you, with you, among you, as you. And yet my thoughts are not your thoughts. And my ways are not your ways. And as you begin to take my yoke upon you and learn of my divine attributes, you are raised to become gods.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen His works before, and until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Wow. What a message. What a message for this day. What a message for us to understand what Yahweh Ben Yahweh did for us, to us, in the resurrection process. We have a lot to talk about when we get to Power Talk. But before we get there, we do have a word from our sponsors. Praise Yahweh.
Every day, humanity faces the same question. How do we make this world better? We've tried politics, we've tried money, we've tried power. But what if the real solution has been with us all along? In ethics, How to Achieve Heaven on Earth, Dr. Lud Yisrael reveals a bold truth. Ethics is not just philosophy. It's the key to ending war, poverty, crime, and corporate greed. When we choose ethics, we choose peace. When we live ethically, we build heaven, right here on earth. Ethics, How to Achieve Heaven on Earth. The solution to every problem begins within us. Available now at shopyesstore.com.
Are you ready for a divine experience?
YahwehRadio.com brings you uplifting music that feeds your soul. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But that's not all. Now you can watch the powerful teachings of the King of Yisrael, the most honorable, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Dive into his divine mind, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all at your fingertips. Feel the music. Watch the message. Experience the power. Visit YahwehRadio.com today and let your spirit rise. Listen, watch, believe. Subscribe today. YahwehRadio.com.
And Yahweh said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And Yahweh...
At NOY Store, we bring culture, style, and wellness all in one place. Explore our collection of cultural apparel designed to inspire and connect. From t-shirts to polos, boldly tell your story. Need guidance on your journey? Check out our books written to inspire and support your spiritual, personal, and community growth. And give your body the care it deserves with our health and wellness products like natural toothpaste, soothing body butters, and more. We're always adding new products to empower your life so you can live with purpose and style. Visit NOYstore.com today, where culture, wellness, and inspiration come together. Shop at NOYstore.com.
Yahweh Virtual University is now providing free weekly Saturday classes for students of all ages. Yes, you've heard that right. Our free Saturday Bible Fun classes allow students to create fun projects while learning Yahweh mathematics, reading, writing, and of course, amazing Bible stories. Click the link in the description below to see the correct age group and time students should join our free Bible Fun classes. We look forward to seeing you each Saturday. Praise Yahweh forever.
Rescuing our future since 2004. From beginner to advanced. From melodies to mastery. From practice to performance. Neo Jazz School of Music, creating space for young people to express and to grow. Now with 2 locations, New Orleans and Miami. Enroll today at neojazz.org. This program is dedicated to the spiritual resurrection of the righteous people of the planet Earth, and to the establishment of the kingdom of true holiness and righteousness, the kingdom of God Yahweh.
You see, people take life to a different dimension, you understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because Him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Family, you know what that sound means? It means it's time for Power Talk. And we always start with the historical reference that You know, it's been 6,028 years since we were kicked out of the garden, paradise, heaven. It's been 6 days and 28 minutes to Yahweh. So it's not as long as it seemed that we were in Yahweh's paradise. And Yahweh ben Yahweh came at the fullness of time, just like all prophecy said he would. And he reconciled and he resurrected us to life and reconciled us back to Yahweh, to where now we can choose to serve Yahweh, and we can atone, become at one with Yahweh, and indeed be Yahweh's child. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure you love your child, your children, your grandchildren. I know I do. And those people are the joy of life. Well, imagine how our Father feels about us when we're good children, when we're obedient children, when we exhibit all of the moral principles that was spoken of today by our Father Yahweh ben Yahweh. Think about it. We have now the occasion to be ye therefore perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect, in the practice of the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments. See, we can be perfect in the practice, understanding that practice means you're not perfect, but in order to get perfect, you have to practice that which is perfect. And the law of Yahweh is perfect. So be in that practice, and that in itself will elevate not only you, but the whole lot of us, the whole nation of us that practice those principles, to be looked upon as righteous examples of how the world should be. So it's time to step out. It's time to step up. It's time to do what Yahweh taught us to do. And of course, this is your everyday walk. Sun up to sundown, anybody you encounter. This is who you are now. That's what we've been resurrected to be now. Moral, ethical, righteous people. Everybody noticed that, because it's like in an arena full of people wearing black, you wearing white. You're going to stand out among everybody. It's just everybody going to look at, only person in here wearing white. What's up with that? You know, that's the kind of, you know, the ethical, moral, righteous behavior, the moral behavior attribute, cause you to stand out in a wicked, utterly wicked, perverse society.
Mm-hmm.
And so just being righteous, you'll stand out.
Absolutely. And what I love the most, I love so many things. I love so many things about the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. But what I really love is that he came bearing the truth. And that truth is in our connection and observation of the law. And you were just speaking to how the law is that mechanism which we must be in practice of, that gives us and puts us in a state of perfection. Psalms 19:7. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. Now, a thing that is standing out for me in this scripture is converting the soul. So when you spoke about being in practice of the law of Yahweh, that made me like, oh, wow. So in practice, we're doing the work of converting our souls. It's a formula. It's a process that we go through, that Yahweh ben Yahweh came restoring us to how we achieve heaven on earth. And it's through our commitment to this practice of keeping the law of Yahweh.
Now, consider this, family. So now we are dedicated and we're practicing, and we do it on a daily basis, a second by second basis. We consider the law of Yahweh every day, morning, noon, night, when we wake up in our dreams, everything. Okay, so now guess what? The victory that they came against our father to destroy, the gates of hell shall not prevail against righteousness. You begin to have that hedge. Yahweh puts that hedge around you that he had around Job that Satan couldn't penetrate. Satan had to converse with Yahweh and say, if you didn't have that hedge around Job, Job would curse you to your face. Job would turn away from you too. And Yahweh had to take that hedge down, that protection away from Job for Satan to do anything to Job. That's an allegory. The so-called black man of America, the children of Yahweh here held in captivity for over 468 years to the date. We now practicing the law, that hedge is around us once again.
Mhm.
We shall prevail. There is no doubt. And if there's any doubt in your mind, then you don't trust Yahweh. You can't love and honor Yahweh and fear the devil. You can't serve Yahweh and have fear of these systems that the devil have in place, that I'm so scared of them that I have to worry about his oppression. If we keep our minds trained and focused on Yahweh, we'll have perfect peace because we have that protection. We know that Yahweh is protecting us. Yahweh created Satan. Satan is not powerful over any of Yahweh's creation that Yahweh don't allow him. Being a righteous person gives you that protection. Being an ethical person, keeping the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh gets you that protection that's impenetrable. Being Yahweh's child, what will you do to protect your child?
Mhm.
Now, equate that to what will Yahweh do to protect his children?
Well, he loved us so much that he sent us his only begotten son.
And he demonstrated so much in the past, with Pharaoh at the Red Sea. I mean, he just demonstrated his power over all that. Go ahead.
On a consistent basis. And so the reality of what we're sitting in is that we today are bearing witness
Mhm.
to the testimony that Yahweh ben Yahweh came with. All these things, all these scenarios that we are seeing, like that we're encountering in this day, Yahweh ben Yahweh came bearing the truth of these systems. He
Mhm.
came bearing the truth of these conditions. And then he gave us the process to be back in alignment with our Father Yahweh in heaven. He came giving us the law to convert our souls. So the testimony of Yahweh ben Yahweh is absolutely sure because we, the children of Yahweh, are seeing this happen right now.
So they thought when the government came against Yahweh ben Yahweh, Yahweh pulled his Bible off the shelf and he set his lawyer down and he showed him in the scripture that this was going to happen, but that they shall not prevail. Now, they took his body away for 18 years. Then he left the flesh, shortly thereafter. But is he not more powerful now than he was for all those years that he was here? He has just gained, each year he get more and more powerful. He got more and more disciples. He got more and more followers. Even after his ascension, his fame and name and knowledge and word is spreading like what is one of those plants that Yahweh has
Mycelium.
that just consumes everything and makes everything
Oh, well, that's
beautiful.
a different type of thing.
Well,
That's in.
makes everything work. And you
Mhm.
know, oxygen spread like trees, you know, that spread the oxygen that helps to move the ecosystem around the life. His word is life. In the beginning was the word was with Yahweh, the word was Yahweh, the word was made flesh and dwelled among us. And he gave his word to us, and we're still studying it, learning it, broadcasting it, publishing it. Is spreading till this very day is spreading. We sitting here almost every weekend and we discuss this knowledge. And I'm sure throughout the day, every morning we have prayer calls where we talk about these moral principles or they're presented, you know, and a message from our King is presented. Everywhere you go, you can get this knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh Radio broadcasts a message 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Internationally. So when we talk about these things, has Yahweh been Yahweh? Did they cut off the head and the
No,
the body die?
His word prevails to this
Did
very
they get the
day.
victory when they incarcerated him and held him in the tomb for 18 years?
His word prevails to this very day.
His word he is still visibly present to those who have perception.
Yes, sir.
Those who can see. And his word is powerful and is moving us to be those children of Yahweh. Like he said, he, you know, who is Yahweh and who is Yahweh ben Yahweh. He said, can you be a son of Yahweh? You too can be a son and a daughter of Yahweh. All you have to do is do what he did. And that's rooted in the law. He came in the volume of the book and he explained everything in the book. Everything. All prophecies. So it'll take us what Yahweh ben Yahweh achieved. It'll take us a lifetime to just begin to comprehend. But he gave us the divine dietary law so that we can have a lifetime of study and peace and harmony. So don't worry about the devil. Don't even worry about the devil. That's none of our concern. That is not, we don't have to pick up no guns or no weapons and fight this devil. Yeah, we at war. Operation Word War. See, there we go to talking about the word again. Is the devil's word against Yahweh. Satan versus Yahweh in the word war. Who wins?
Yahweh.
Is there even a doubt in anyone's mind that Yahweh, even the wicked know that Yahweh is going to win? Come on.
Well, the blessing that Yahweh ben Yahweh came giving us is that keeping his law is much easier, much less burdensome than having to be subjected to the enemy of Yahweh. You know, by comparison and contrast, when we put ourselves on a journey in alignment with being in Yahweh's law, we put ourselves in a position to be not only compliant to those systems imposed by man, because they had to get their structure from the source, but it puts us in a much higher position, but yet easier to maintain. And Yahweh gave us Matthew 11:29, but I want to start at Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. 30. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So Yahweh ben Yahweh telling us, keeping his law is much easier. But it puts you in a position that you aren't worried. You don't have this burden. You have light. You have the elevations of the Son of Man, bringing you into consistent compliance with Yahweh's law.
Praise Yahweh. So, in considering these things, it's amazing and so much of a blessing that Yahweh give us that perfect peace that we can sit back in the midst of all of this hell that's all around us. It's so much hell. You can consume yourself with being concerned about the hell that's around you, and you not see your way nowhere. The point is, it's there for you to indulge in. Network news, the online news, the truth about all the wickedness that the wicked people in the high places in the government and all of these things are doing. We're surrounded with that. You can consume yourself with that, or you consume yourself with the peace to know that Yahweh is causing all of them to destroy each other.
Yes, sir.
All of what they're doing, they trap that they land for everybody is the trap they're going to fall in. That's just scriptural. We know these things. Fret not thyself because of evildoers. They will be dust in the wind soon. And dust in the wind blowing away, and there'll be no more. Our concern is being that righteous ruler that the earth turns to for setting up the new societies after all the societies of wickedness are destroyed. All these nations that are left will have to set up moral, ethical systems of life because they were under the thumb of the devil. And so now they have to be relearned, just like a lot of other people have to relearn how to be ethical, how not to be a capitalist, how to do a business to provide a need, not a business to profit, make money. I sit on the hill in a nice house and everybody, my customers are dirt poor because they're giving all their money to me for a service that should actually be free.
Which is very distinctly different from generating surplus from your commerce.
But looking at the clock.
It is that time.
It is that time.
We want to invite our family into this conversation. If you are on the Zoom app and you are on the actual app, all you have to do is hit the mic to unmute yourselves. But if you're dialed in, you can hit *6 to join us in this conversation. Yahweh being Yahweh is just giving us so much power. So we want to share this power with our family. And let us know what he's touched your heart to say today.
Well, as we think about the message is plain and simple. Yahweh gave us the tools to be on where Yahweh wants us to be, but we do have callers.
We do have callers. So. We have our sister Yochebed Sarah, and then our brother Daniel Yisrael. We're going to go with Sister Yochebed first, Brother Daniel, and then we'll get you right on next.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Ben Yahweh. How is everyone doing today?
Excellent. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. This is truly a day that the Lord Yahweh has made. And I must say to everyone that this is a day that we are all being reproved, and we are all in a state of learning, and we are all being put in the fire of refinement. We are literally being refined this day, because those of us that are strong enough to hold on to Yahweh, and like Yahweh said in this tape, and just have the quality of justice within you, have the quality of peace within you. As Dr. Lou mentioned, peace is the destruction of the enemy. So I want to mention Proverbs chapter 29, verses 1 and 2. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. So family is very important. Beware if you encounter anyone that is in a situation where it's difficult to receive reproof or difficult to receive logic and understanding. Okay? Do not fret yourself with that person because the word said they have hardened their neck. Understand that the word is put here for us to protect ourselves, our emotions, and our time. That's just the bottom line. Follow the word. Okay? But now, those of us that are righteous are quick to receive reproof and quick to hear others and hear, okay, you know what? That's true. You know what? Thank you for bringing that up. But if you have someone that is hardened, this is what the next scripture says. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Consider that, family. So those of you that are in the presence of righteous rulership, those that have a soft heart that are ready to serve the people in righteousness and do good by the people. Look, Yahweh Binyar is our example. Yahweh Binyar would never go into a battle and say, oh, y'all going ahead and, let's see what happens and I'll pull up the rear. No. As a leader, as a ruler, you sacrifice. You do what you need to do to make sure the people are good, to make sure those that are coming up after you are good. Family, hold on to your peace because the word is alive, and know that we are being literally reproved, literally trained, literally going through a fiery furnace of refinement so that we can see and recognize like Yahweh would see, like Yahweh bin Yahweh has taught us to see, so that we could recognize entities and things among us, and we will not be harmed. Thank you, family, for letting me share. I love you all so much. Praise Yahweh.
Praise
Yahweh.
I
We
thank
love
you
you.
for relaying that message from Yahweh.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. We do have another caller, Brother Daniel. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, praise Yahweh, praise Yahweh. This is Daniel Israel. I'm coming from the state of North Carolina this morning. Praise Yahweh. Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. It's like a precious ointment upon the head that ran down the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirt of his garment, as a dew of Hermon, as a dew that's descending upon the mountain of Zion. For there the Lord, Yodewah, Yahweh, commanded blessings, even life forevermore. Praise Yahweh. Family, Yahweh ben Yahweh came, and he came in the name of Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh did his job. He profound the name of Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh always teaches us that the body is nothing. The body is nothing. Don't worry about his flesh. His divine mind is what's at hand. And by the passing away of the flesh, all they did was just all Yahweh ben Yahweh did was just made the name of Yahweh stronger. Just like you say, everybody now knows the name of Yahweh. Everybody been know the name of Yahweh, the ones who had it in secret, But Yahweh came to the so-called black man, and to raise us up from a dead state of mind in the name of Yahweh. So, you got some out there don't recognize Yahweh ben Yahweh, but that's okay, because Yahweh came to the job and praised the name of Yahweh on all his businesses, on everything that Yahweh ben Yahweh did. It says Yahweh. It doesn't say Yahweh ben Yahweh. It says Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. So now we know that back in time that the 12 tribes of Israel, they knew the name of Yahweh, but Yahweh chose the tribe of Yehuda, Judah, to be the chief ruler and the lawgiver. So the ones who recognize and know and see the king to this day in divine mind of his teachings, those are the true heirs heirs of the kingdom of Yahweh. You know, we have to understand that and know that. And everybody is not going to see, you know, Yahweh ben Yahweh. But the ones who do see Yahweh ben Yahweh, praise Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? The chief ruler and the lawgivers, praise Yahweh. I ain't gonna hold everybody up, but thank y'all. Toda, I love y'all. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for giving you wisdom and for you speaking. I thank Yahweh for our family, that we have to talk this power talk. We have to be powerful in the words that we use, because this is the word war. So we cannot go wrong repeating our Father's words.
Yes, sir.
Period. I mean, Yahweh's words in the flesh. Yahweh came in the flesh and he said other words. Those are the words of life that resurrected us, that will resurrect the rest of our people walking in darkness. The same words. We don't have to change them.
That this is the law of Yahweh, and his divine formula is designed to convert our souls. So we have to inundate ourselves with the law of Yahweh. As the enemy of Yahweh is out there working diligently, oh, he is working very diligently to inundate the rest of the world with his indoctrinating principles, his practices, his rituals, all of the systems that confine our people. We can continue to be inundated by that stuff. And so not enough of us testifying about the word of Yahweh. And so we have to consistently give ourselves the energy we need, motivation that we need to testify about Yahweh, because this is what's necessary to transform this world.
Yes, it is. Praise Yahweh. So many things to consider. As always, there's so many things to consider. And as long as we're considering those things that Yahweh ben Yahweh taught us, we're considering the righteous things, period. He exposed Satan, showed us how to see him. And we know all of these mysteries of, you know, the 6,000-year curse that we have, that we're up under, and that causes us to not trust each other, while we trust other nations without even a consideration. You know, we go in another nation's store, there's no considerations of any mistrust. But when we walk in our brother's store, it's always a kind of, you know, is this what it say it is?
It's always suspicious.
It's always suspicions. He may not do it. And it's like, where did that come from? You're not suspicious in anybody else's store.
Well, you know, of course, the enemy has sown seeds of mistrust.
Well, that's that curse, and
he
taught us that to distrust each other.
And many of us have awakened to this lie, this deceit, this malpractice of intention on our behalf.
Exactly.
And we have to course correct by receiving the word of Yahweh, knowing that our responsibility is self-love. And we've been taught a deep-rooted lack of self-love, really also a hatred toward ourselves when we think about it.
Absolutely. And when we hate ourselves, we hate anybody of ourselves. You know, we hate our families, we hate the black people around us, the so-called black people in our neighborhoods and stuff. You know, when you don't like yourself, you can't find many people to like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do have our sister Yochebed. Come right on in, sis. Unmute yourself and you'll be back live on Power Talk.
Praise Yahweh ben Yahweh. I do apologize. This is Brother Goodell by way of Sister Yochebed's platform. Shalom Aleichem. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Praise Yahweh. Toda for correcting me.
Yes, ma'am. But I thank you for that announcement. Praise Yahweh. I just wanted to share with all those that's listening on the platform, and you know, in the name of Yahweh ben Yahweh, that are seeking to do the will of Yahweh ben Yahweh. And I just want to give my brother and my sister, Brother Lud and Sister Tamar, some acknowledgement on the wonderful work that they have been doing on this platform and seeking to do the will of Yahweh. So I thank you all for putting the energy, the desire, and the effort to continue the work of getting Yahweh's message out. So I love it. I thank you for it, and praise Yahweh Ben Yahweh for you all, and keep up the good work. And Shabbat Shalom.
Praise
Praise
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
You know what we're gonna say? Hey, praise Yahweh. Yahweh is our strength. Yahweh is our God, the shining light. His burden is light, and we take it upon ourselves. His yoke upon us to learn of Him, and we like to learn together with
We want
all
to
of
share
us.
what we learn.
Share what we learn and learn together. Praise
Yes,
Yahweh.
sir.
Thank you, brother.
We thank our family for your consistency in being present on this platform, because that energy, that interaction is what keeps us going to keep this message flowing. We want to make sure Yahweh's word is spread broadly.
Right. And I'm just, sitting here contemplating as we talk, as we speak this powerful talk. Imagine if the people who are listening to us right now live, if those people decided that in one location, we were all going to relocate and build a community of us who think and believe as Yahweh taught us to think and believe. We know we have issues to work out, personal issues, but as long as we practice morality, ethics, and the law, statute, judgments, and commandments, we can coexist in a community just like the Haitians, just like the Cubans, and just like the Koreans, just like all the other nations. When they come to America, they live amongst themselves and develop a community. What if we could develop a community? It would be a very strong community, and it will stand out among all communities for its righteousness. That's in our future, family. That is in our immediate future. So I don't care what you think or what you say, that's in your future. So we don't know where Yahweh is going to do it, and we don't know how He's going to do it, but it will happen. And I'm ready to go. I got my bags packed. I don't care where it's at. The community of righteous people, I'm there. Okay. I pack up my studios and move to Beverly Hills.
Well, maybe
it won't be Beverly Hills.
Maybe
no.
not Beverly Hills, but Yahweh's
The
heavenly
Beverly Hills
community.
Phillies.
What
Tripping.
yes, but what I appreciate about this understanding is that in Yahweh's wisdom in Psalms 19:7, it's people who possess the spirit, their willingness to continue to be converted, constantly, day by day. You recognize
it's like a musician practicing. Every day you practice, you get better. And so you practice because you get better. You get better because you practice because you get better.
Yes,
and it's
sir.
a thing that is just fulfills your spirit of getting to the goal of being all that you can be.
Well, the work is converting your soul, and that looks like a day-to-day practice on how you get how you inculcate Yahweh's law into your day-to-day life, through your understanding on what you eat, your hygiene practices is all in the law. Your health practices is all in the law. Your communication skills,
all in the law.
All in the law. How you rear your children.
It's all in
the law.
How you treat each other.
It's
all in the law.
Your behavior is in
Can we be safe to say everything?
Everything that we need to course correct the evil, the harm, the destruction that has been laid upon us by us not keeping the law of Yahweh. We can correct that by being converted into the law of Yahweh.
Well, it's you made me think of a passage in my book where I explain that these systems that Satan used to enslave us, they were tested on us in this chattel slavery in America. Those systems were tested and perfected. And then they said, okay, you're free inside these systems, because these systems were set up for the slavery mechanism, the judicial system, the housing authority, all of these systems, medical system, healthcare, all these systems, educational systems that was set up to keep you in a subordinate slavery servitude position were perfected. Then they took the chains off your bodies and they said, now see what you can do. Well, we did so many marvelous things despite these systems that they had to destroy those physically. They burned them down, they bombed them, they flooded them, they ran interstates through them, they did everything they could, because no matter what systems they put in place to keep us down, we rise. We're the children of Yahweh. We are the cream of the crop. We rise to the top. And so they have to continue to put more and more systems, but these same systems that they perfected in our slavery, they have deployed all over the world. Now, when you think about how the world have to come to us to learn, how did y'all overcome these systems? We got these same things in our country, and that's where the fulfillment of the prophecy, how all nations gonna come up to us to learn of Yahweh's way.
Well, it's interesting.
Ethics, morality.
It's interesting that you say that, because I've experienced a very similar scenario where people are really trying to figure out how the so-called Black men of America have made it through government oppression. Now that the government has imposed itself on all people across the country, depending on your access to wealth, right?
Right.
If you have wealthier people are far less subject to the things that are happening.
Right.
But people who are middle class and they're no longer really middle.
It's only the upper class.
It's only the upper middle class.
No, the upper class, the middle class is gone. All of those people are in poverty now, because poverty is all the way up to the rich. It's a big line that you can't cross to get into the rich area, and everybody else is in poverty, subjected to what you say.
So they are now very curious how Black people have survived this level
of poverty.
All these years. Inquiring minds want to know how Black people have survived with a lack of government subsidy, have survived disinvestment in their communities, have survived all these oppressive systems.
The destruction, physical destruction of
we've been
business and commerce.
As you described, with the hedge removed from us, we've still managed to be around. We still managed to exist.
Exactly. And that's only a miracle that Yahweh can perform.
The answer is Yahweh.
Because if we listened to them, we would have been gone. We would have been an actual minority, instead of until this day, we're still the majority ethnic group in this country, no matter how much they lie. But their lies would have been true if we listened to them and did all the things that they want us to do, eat all the things that they give us to eat, breathe all the air and drink all the water that they give us to drink. Whew.
Well,
Yahweh performed that miracle.
Yahweh performed this miracle.
We're still here.
And this speaks to what Yahweh being Yahweh spoke of in this message, that the nations of the earth are unable to find solutions. And the solution has always been here. Yahweh.
Yahweh is the solution.
The law of Yahweh is perfect.
And it's back to that original choice that Yahweh gave us, because if you choose ethics, instantly those people began to build heaven on earth for themselves and the people around them who feel the same way. It's all about ethics, treating each other with those same type of principles, those moral principles. A system of ethics is a system of moral principles that you apply all the time forever. And that produces perfection. That's the Garden of Eden, that perfection, that paradise that we were kicked out. We have access to that garden now if we be ethical. Sum it up, that's the law, statute, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh. It's not the commandments of the devil that you do this, that you do that you follow this line and follow that line, that you can't do this and you can't do that to make, a living for yourself. You can't collect the rainwater off your roof and store it, and have all these arbitrary rules.
Arbitrary rules and ordinances.
You can't save seeds and from your harvest and replant them. What? I can't save seeds. They belong to me.
They belong to Yahweh.
Yahweh gave them to us.
Yahweh gave them to us.
Patent this and patent that. I even heard a story that some company was trying to patent black hairstyles so they can keep black people from wearing those styles. Can you imagine that?
That's interesting.
Going in the legal realm of patent something that belongs to that's a hairstyle, of black people, so that they can tell you can't wear them and you can't take pictures with them, you can't make money off yourself. These are the type of wicked things that are called oppression that people don't connect the dots. How is it oppressing the government and how is they doing? Y'all free to do this. You open your eyes. That's all I can say about that. Open your eyes and see reality of how every aspect of our lives right now, and not only the black lives, all lives that are not, if you don't have $1 billion, not a million, $1 billion. I guess if you got 100 million or something like that, 500 million, you might be a little more safer. But the rest of us who don't have $1 million in the bank, we're being oppressed by everything that is done in government. Now, how did the government representative of the people go to government to oppress the people? That way you sent your representative there to oppress you, even with city councils and mayors and stuff like that have these stupid things that they do that none of the people in the city or the country wants, but yet they do it with impunity.
Well, we know that the solution is the theocratic government of Yahweh.
Absolutely.
Theocracy is the answer. Yahweh's law is the solution. It is what is needed for us to be converted. It is needed for us to actually have perfection and have a simple lifestyle that's not full of these arbitrary complications that we see are around us this very day. So I thank Yahweh ben Yahweh for this message. This wisdom is what we need on a day-to-day basis to continue to go throughout our day and not be overwhelmed by these systems that are imposed on us by the enemy of Yahweh. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. That's a final thought. And my final thought would be just understand that it's time for us to comprehend what Yahweh ben Yahweh was sent to us to do, and for us to do just that. And it all surrounding being reconciled back to the law of Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. That brings us to the end of this episode of The Unfolding Light. Please join us next week for another episode of The Unfolding Light. And now, if everybody will stand and face the east with outstretched hand, as we close out this episode with a prayer, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuteraka, Yad Zerizonka, Kim Vashemayim came by Aretz, et Lekon Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu,
Kimosa Soul King, Gamanatnu, Lako Tiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayon, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leola May, Olamin Sela. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
And always remember, Yahweh loves you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh loves you, and so does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining The Unfolding Light, presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at info@thenationofyahweh.com. Follow us online at thenationofyahweh.com and unfoldinglight.com. Get social with us. Follow the Nation of Yahweh on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourselves first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555-115, Orlando, Florida 32855, and be blessed continually according to Malachi chapter 3. Praise Yahweh and Shalom.
Yahweh, 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 Yahweh.